My first thing, what led to entrepreneurship, was meeting Mr. Hussein 11 years back. So he drew an horse for me and he said to me, एक बात याद रखना, न आने की खुशी न जाने का गम, कमाएगी दुनिया और खाएंगे हम. That's where I realized that people are working so hard to buy his paintings. So at the end, it is the money which matters to all of us, which led me think about business. My first question to my dad was, what is business? So he said it is business. More busy you are, the better business it is. And it's just a profit and loss. All of us sitting in this hall are entrepreneurs, be it a vegetable man, be it a housewife budgeting her house budgets, or a newly married couple planning their holiday abroad. So everyone over here is an entrepreneur in one sense or the other. It is just a scale which defines your success. It's a scale which defines whether what exact magnitude of entrepreneurship you are into, whether it's a household, whether it's a locality, or whether it's a whole country. My entrepreneurship left in just one word, which is F. Sorry, your mind would be clouded with the word F. My F word is fear, failure, and faith. Every one of us in this room sitting inside here must have had failure and must have had fear at one point of time. And what the fear of failure is basically that the faith is something which keeps us going. I was discussing with my mom, Mom, why don't we have a master's in thinking or a bachelor's in thinking? Because you can teach art, you can teach writing, you can teach reading. What about thinking? What is the thought process? Is there any university in India? Is there any college which can help me think a right way? That's where she said it's the faith. When I was in school, there was a constant fear of getting promoted to the next class. How would I do well? The next failure which I saw at that particular time was when I was in class 6th and I flunked in 2 subjects. I walked up to my Hindi teacher and asked her, Ma'am, can you help me with 2 grace marks? That was the first failure I ever saw in life. I couldn't hand over my report card to my parents. With 2 red lines and 1 more, I would have been stayed back in the same class. I requested her for 2 grace marks. She said, no, you need to fail in order to succeed. After that, I went into IIT. I did my engineering and civil engineering branch. And I was not very happy with that kind of branch because I had that fear I'll not get a good job. Civil engineering was considered to be a sunset branch at that particular time. Everything in India that could have been constructed have been constructed. What would a new civil engineer do? So that fear helped me to get into a new branch because there's a chance of change of branch in IIT, and I actually slogged hard to get a 9-point GPA and get an electronics and communication branch of my choice. The next step was whether to go for a master's abroad or to stay back in India. And I asked people around what to do, whether an MBA or master's. The only answer what I got from the MBA part was, MBA का मतलब होता है मुझे बहुत आता है. So if you want to do, you can do. Else, you can learn from your experience. Another guy I walked up to asked whether I should do business or go in for a master's abroad. He said, यार वहाँ से भी तो पैसा कमा के इंडिया ही आना है, and you have to work. So why not start a business right now? I had this business idea of wrapping up the cars, which according to, like Amit just said, in a Punjabi family, a guy is of no use. So abhi मैं गाड़ियों पे ad लगाता हूँ, sticker. So at the end, what happened was, there was the 6 months after I graduated from IIT, all my friends were earning handsome salaries and were partying around. And I'm from IIT Guwahati, where a cafe coffee day was like 25 kilometers away from the campus. So to have a cup of coffee, you have to go like 2 hours, and then you have a cup of coffee. And all my friends now settled in a cosmopolitan cities like Bangalore, Bombay, Delhi, they were having fun. And I was just thinking what to do next in life. Then came the idea, and I started Cash Your Drive, which is wrapping up the cars. The first 6 months, people were listening to me, but no one was convinced. But I kept the faith on that, yes, I can do better. Another 6 months went by, and I was saving money. I was not even switching off the ACs of my car just to save money. I was running pole to pillar to make sure that the idea clicks, that people understand that advertising on the cars is some form of medium of advertising. If you put any ad on a scooter stopney, people see it. There's a high visibility area, but people were of that mentality that, okay, it's either print, it's either outdoor, or it's either radio. These are the three forms of advertising. What are you talking about? I invented a new word called as transit advertising, which is on the move. The whole process actually helped me to realize one final thing, that there are no wrong decisions in life. There are only right decisions. It takes time for you to actually understand that when is a decision right. You have to walk your way through to make sure that the decisions you make at the end of the day are the right ones.